Hello everyone, Lord.agion here with another Company Heroes 2 replay, brought to you by myself. I'm probably going to just do a quick link in companyheroes2.org just to let everybody download the replay just in case they want to see it for themselves. And first off, disclaimer, I had a really slow match this round, and I was just so out of it for some odd reason. And in this replay, I went for the encirclement doctrine. You're probably wondering, why the fuck did you go encirclement doctrine on this map where there's 1, 2, 3 points to cut off to hit everything? That's because I don't try to hit all of them. Because, based on my position, I think I could lock down this center location quite nicely, which means I could just cut off supply or rush and capture this, which will cut off supply here, which tend to be entrenched. I had a feeling that the British player might be over here, but he was over here. Either way, people tend to entrench here and entrench here. So close the pocket here would be devastating to a fully entrenched enemy. Here in the beginning engagements, I'm going to select myself because this is a replay of me. It's all about me. I got an MG here. I could have rushed for the center one. Oh no, the reaction line got there before but I was just going to head to this one here, give some nice protection. I didn't want to overextend not too early in the game, because overextending in the early game is pretty bad. Pull back my mortar. It was going to be here, ready to mortar. Since this area is usually heavily entrenched, it's usually good to have some indirect. This guy tried to run forward with his conscript, and my grenadiers here are ready to engage. I place my units on attack moves so they immediately engage on something they see. Then once I notice that they're attacking, then I move them to cover. Here we've got a Maxim. And the thing is, if I were to rush this building, sometimes the MG doesn't face out one of these two windows, so the Maxim or the whatever MG will get free damage off on the building right here. And this building has trouble shooting at this building, so that's why I put my MG here. I put my Pioneers here just to keep that building safe. I could have sworn with that rush of conscripts here, it would have been a... what's it called? Urban Defense, that's what the name is. As you can see here, they're actually starting to entrench. There's a fighting position here. Let's see, the stairs over there, so it's facing like this. Get a mortar out. Actually, yeah, now I remember, I got 2 mortars out because I knew there was going to be a mortar war here, so I wanted to get ahead of the curve. So I got 2 mortars out. I did not build any more because 2 mortars is a good number. He put his MG here. He uses combat engineers to hold the air to capture the building, so then he can safely move relatively safely move his Maxim in. The Maxim does have range of my MG, but my MG's firing back. Currently, I have my mortars to barrage the other mortars, trying to win the mortar war. Then I have free reign to mortar this entire area, but his mortars are engaging my MG. And that's where I lose my MG. I tried retreating it out, wasn't fast enough, and it died. Currently, I'm a bit stocky up on, well, not much manpower. I lost a grenadier to a mortar, if I remember correctly, and maybe I didn't get a second grenadier yet. Maybe I'm thinking ahead. And we got this Maxim. He was trying to go for this building. I know it because instantly when my units was able to see this one, he stopped moving. So it looked like he was moving and then faced that way. I'm not exactly sure. Over on the right side with the British player, nothing much. Currently, the British player has minimum, really. And I'll probably just stop moving around so much, or else my game will start lagging. Now this is very dangerous, because if one mortar there can take out pretty much half the crews from each. This mortar crew got hit by a couple mortars. And, man, I didn't really focus on what my ally was doing. I was focusing on trying how to engage the enemy, what forces I have. And apparently those sandbags are quite nice for him. These Doom Pioneers, one of them is hanging out to dry. And he retreats that. I try to keep my mortars as spread out as possible to prevent them from being splashed down. Here, they can be focused on. These two mortars can be focused on quite readily, if assuming they weren't taken behind this building. Those grenadiers were suppressed down. I should be retreating them relatively soon, or perhaps. Oh, that's when I lost the other grenadier. Currently, I have one pioneer here. Got a. Oh yeah, my grenadier here, just to give some, since I just rebuilt my MG, so I can protect my mortars with some suppressive fire. Here we go. Now this is where the fun might start beginning. I called them off, I selfed them and put them in a corner, let their storm grenadiers arrive. And I thought they would be the same effectiveness as the Panzer Grenadiers last time I remember, but no, they're much more effective than Panzer Grenadiers with Storm Grenadiers. Like, extremely more powerful than Panzer Grenadiers. I was hoping to get catch a mortar or two back there. I started moving my stormtroopers forward just right before the storm grenadiers finish. I probably should, and now once it was finished, I released the hold fire, throw a bundle grenade, get some damage onto them, and now look at that. They're in structure and they're doing quite a bit of damage, but this AA half-track got a drop on me. And this American player really doesn't have much right now. Wait, that American player is 800 manpower? Why? He's not OPing, he's not... Why? Let's see, my ally also has a lot of manpower. And he's been hit pretty hard. He needs to build. Probably some Obersoldatens would be good now, but there's a AA half-track and this quad. This ally currently has some play manpower, nothing much. He could drop in some supplies if he wanted to. This British player has some play manpower. The American really has too much, and the Soviet player has he's consuming all of his resources. What I mean by play manpower, just some manpower that he can play around with, some additional ones, so in case he loses one. I get a nice Panzerfaust off, lose that, oh, that lag. Lag. I need to stop switching around, that's really... This game's very unoptimized. This engine's damaged, hopefully... I wish my ally were to, really... That's stupid. Get out of vehicle, repair the critical damage. All the other factions have to do it like in a 30-second window, while the Americans just do it instantly. I saw that half-track. I tried to move Grenadier over and couldn't see where it was. Let me just show you what I see. Look at that. It just escaped out of my vision. That's just some ninja. I hate using the term ninja. It's so overrated. I was going to say ninja because he's stealthy, but ninja is such an overused term. And that AA half-track went all the way over there. That's interesting. It looks like it ran over a mine. No, probably. Maybe it was a Panzerfaust. Probably a Panzerfaust, actually, because mine would probably do some more damage. As you can see, it's still a mortar war. I think it's when the time I sent my, need to stop clicking on other units. Yeah, this is probably the time where I sent over my Pioneer to repair that. Still currently a mortar war for me. I didn't realize how little my teammate actually had over here. Doom Pioneer somehow is in the middle of all of that. And here we got one of my stormtroopers out, armed with storm. Oh, that's the same one that was over here. As you can see, the British player is sending over some units to capture the mid. This player has been constantly calling down some fuel this entire game, just for future reference. And yeah, this is where I started repairing up this Shavia until the mortars start hitting my engineers. And here we go, my Stormgewehr is currently using the tactical advance, ripping apart that conscript squad. Would have done some serious damage to that mortar squad if it hadn't for the... I need to stop clicking on anything or else it would really lag up my game. Except for the AA track, half track stopped my advance. I brought over my 2 grenadiers. They have some nice cover. I double tap with grenades, completely wiped out that squad. Leaves a nice Bren. I need to stop clicking on stuff because it'll really lag up my game. At this moment, I notice he's working on that. I immediately threw out. Well, I don't think it's yeah. I immediately threw out a couple fantasy files because I really want that thing to be gone. It's being slowly gunned down because I do not want a Bofors on the front line. That could have been devastating. So I'm focusing it down. I'm pulled back my mortars to be rehealed or remanned. Resupplied, I guess. And the squad comes up. It's really close to dead. I don't really want to click on it, but I must. 2 Panzerfausts on that. Probably should have focused on the Bofors. This squad is getting severely low on men. I should retreat that. I did, but I think it's snipe. Then I used a rifle grenade and took it out. It's technically unmanned. World Bofors emplacement. It's currently unmanned. I don't know if it will blow up or not. It does disappear. It never got built. I can say that for sure, but I'm not exactly sure what happens to it. Did my mortar splash down the rest of its health?
We're losing a capture point.
Perhaps this guy threw a Panzer Shrek at it. It looks like it got hit by gunfire. Straight gunfire. Here we have myself as a Panzer IV. I'm not a fan of Panzer IVs, but it goes great with the encirclement doctrine for the breakthrough. Because I need cheap vehicles for encirclement. Got a commando officer on the field, but he's trying to focus down this quad cannon, but the suppression is just way too great. He should just fall back with that squad. Yeah, it's now pinned. Ouch. I hope none of those were my mortars. That one's not deployed. Currently has 0 friendly fires. That wasn't deployed either, so it wasn't mine. So 0 friendly fires. Currently, at this time, I have 2 stormtroopers. I've been trying out the storm Gewehrs for my stormtroopers and see how effective they are, and I'm more than satisfied with them. I have this one move into cover, while this one goes in tactical advance. And now watch tactical advance work. They're like shock troops with just a bit more range with tactical advance. With much more range, I should say. It's almost like twice the range for their effectiveness of compared to shock troops at that range. As you can see here, the commando the command glider is now right there on the field, which generates additional resources for who you all don't know. Which then again, our ally is also generating additional resources for himself. How much does this give? Wasn't like 10 each of fuel? Not sure. As you can see here, I have a little bit of manpower. Nothing too bad. Don't have enough munitions for Stormgevers for this troop. I sort of make the weaker one go in first, just due to the fact that it doesn't have the primary damage output. So if this one gets focused down, I'm fine. And it did get focused down quite a bit. And now my stormtroopers have killed that captain, which is nice. Not exactly crippling, since now you no longer need a captain to maintain the building asset. But it's still nice to take out officer, seeing officers do have some powerful bonuses as they rank up. And he probably won't even bother rebuilding a captain. You can see it now. I have one Panzer IV. I could have sent it over here. Oh, apparently this guy had a Bofors. I more know what's happening on the left side of the map over the right side. Nice sniper. I know this player went for a lot of Panthers, which really helped us in the late game. Mainly because if you know the Vanguard doctrine that the British player went involves Churchill crocodiles, which have the strength of Churchill and more than strength than KV-8 or KV-7, the one that's flamethrower. And you see, I probably should have not picked up the Piats for the Grenadiers, because Piats absolutely suck. They're a piece of crap weapon. Though they do some nice splash damage close range in that mortar. Talk about close support. Maybe that was an enemy mortar. I'm not. No, it's definitely one of mine. Based on what I see on the map. Now I got those two stormtroopers. And my Panzer IV is just hanging back out here. I could send them to gauge if I was not very slow at this game. We got the Katusha coming in, trying to take out my mortars. As you can see, they heavily entrenched in this area, as I predicted. I moved forward with my Panzer IVs, trying to get sniped the Su-76. Currently, breakthrough is engaged, which caused my units to have a slightly increased movement speed, but allows them to rapidly capture points. Look at that. Well, that's not very rapidly. I think it's rapidly decapture. No, it's capture in general, because that was OP'd, so you didn't really see how fast it captured. I tried come in here just to get the AA half track. I tried, I can't get it. Then I realized, oh, I probably should go in. Like, I saw the major, so I was like, oh, a major. Maybe I can snipe that. And then it's like, I probably should get out of here because I'm taking a bit of damage. And then I saw, oh, a mortar half track. I should take that out. I had no idea whether I should or shouldn't engage. He jumps out, try to use that technique. I force fire ground, hit the truck. Got these two conscripts coming in. They throw anti-tank grenades. And then I had this one attack the ground. And dead. And then I retreat out of there. And I'm getting hit by this AT gun. Was it worth it? No. I just lost Panzer IV for chump change. Though I did take out a 76 to sort of mitigate the cost of the loss of that Panzer IV and the half track, the mortar half track, but it's still not really that worth it. Now I have two stormtroopers with Stormgevers. And guess what they first meet? They're pursuing AT guns. I first focused down the low health one and then closer to their base one. Then I start moving towards this one, which now they're completely surrounded and gets focused down quite readily. Now there's a Jackson out, which doesn't do crap versus Storm versus any infantry, so I was like, I can take that. I can ignore it. And then this AA half track comes along, and then I immediately, once I first saw that, I instantly retreat. As you can see now, I do have Close the Pocket available, but I do not have the munitions for it. I do have one of my Grenadiers coming back. They were damaged. I could have resupplied them a bit earlier, but I'm just slow at this game, so I didn't. in time. Not exactly I didn't, more like I was just slow to do it. Currently, that Grenadier squad does have a Piat, which is really bad idea. Though it is Vet 2, so it's trading out quite nicely versus the conscripts. And my 2 mortars that are still alive. At this point, I say the mortars are expendable, so I don't mind losing them. If I lose them, I gain increased manpower. Also, you can see I have a lot of manpower stockpiled up. I'll try and get more and more tanks out. Not really my focus. And then I realized I could get another stormtrooper, which I just did. And I lost my pioneer, so I didn't think about OPing, which I eventually will do, but it wasn't my primary concern at this moment. This Panther is really far out, meeting a Sherman Firefly. Commando half-track is still the horse glider. That Panther was taken out. Got the Commandos facing off some Obersoldaten. Commandos are very strong, but Obersoldaten armed with STG-44s with infrared scope is even better. Along with 2 squads, I should say. One with LMG-34, one with Stormgewehrs. Now, a lot of people don't realize Stormgewehrs with IR scopes ignores all cover bonuses, which is pretty handy. I can see more and more fuels being dropped down. My Panzer IV, it might be taken out. Guess not. As you can see, my 3 storm troopers are out on the field. That Panzer IV moved up to destroy that glider. Instantly, when I realized, oh crap, there's a half track there, I instantly retreat because there's nothing these guys can do towards it. And actually, I did move away these mortars to be remanned. Just to get, since they've been proving very effective. And now I don't really spend any more munitions, so all future munitions I will get, just for a spoiler, will go into break the supply line and close the pocket. Currently they're not heavily entrenched in this area because my teammate did a nice job of pushing them out. I'm going to see, oh crap. That manpower. I thought mine was bad, his is a bit overdone. This teammate has nothing else to his name either. He has a lot of fuel. He could be, he probably should be building some his Panthers now. British players has some manpower to play around with. The American player does have a bit extra manpower. He severely lacks in infantry. Looks like he used infantry to remand a mortar. And the Soviet player does have quite a bit of manpower. Could use another conscript squad, but it's currently not his primary focus. Here we have our tank line. We got this destroyed engine, and we got this nice flame strafe from our Luftwaffe supply, if I think that's a proper name for it. Burned up that MG. And now let's get to what I'm doing, which is a whole lot of nothing right now. I'm currently sending my stormtroopers over here. Assisting my ally. I was thinking there was a bit more of a presence since I wasn't really focusing what's happening up there. I went and tried to get a Su-85. I back up, even though I could sacrifice to take it out. I was taking some serious damage, didn't want to lose anything more, and that last shot nearly killed that Panther. So, not Panther, Panzer IV. Got conscripts capturing that VP, and we got my stormtroopers moving forward. That explains this. I was wondering, anti-tank mine, anti-tank mine, anti-tank mine. Let's just say that did a bit more damage than I would like. As you can see, I initially cut off supply, and I did close the pocket, which there was nothing there. I thought there was a lot, but there was nothing much. Here, and I could have sworn the light mortars. I was kidding me. My light mortar saved the stormtrooper by destroying that anti-tank mine. So this close air support pretty much did nothing. It really just did nothing. So that close the pocket was absolutely crap. And this is when the Churchill crocodile's out. The frickin' it has way too much armor, and its flamethrower is just way too effective. This player still has quite a bit of a manpower issue, but he does have oversedots, which can be pretty expensive to maintain. I sent over my Panzer IV over here, hopefully trying to get the kill on this, but the Churchill has so much health, such as the King Tiger. I think they almost had the same amount of health, I'm not sure. So I just couldn't get enough damage out on it. And I hit a landmine, and then I got blown up. Now we got some Panthers. Got a Sherman Firefly with tulips being caught out and destroyed. Apparently my Panzer IV stole the kill. And now these periods actually sort of paid some dividends against that AA half-track, but it didn't really do much. What is this Sherman doing? I never saw that. He is lucky I didn't see that, or else it would have been dead. A lot of AT guns. Best way to deal with their armor, which honestly, we don't have that much armor on the field. We got, right now, one Panther, one Panzer IV, one Command Panther. Of course, I have another Panzer IV coming out soon, but either way. Now we got a Bofors emplacement coming up. And we got these Grenadiers out here. And they got bit by the white phosphorus. And then I actually hit one of the... I forgot one of my macros was still up. The one I have for making fast YouTube tags, because I'm too lazy to type in every single YouTube tag. So I made a macro for typing all my YouTube tags at once. Which I hit that macro in the middle of the game. So all my team's like, what the heck was that? And I explained to them it was just a macro. Sorry about that. And at this moment, this is where Close the Pocket has 200 munitions cost. This has 80 munitions cost. I think soon I did Close the Pocket. Just for a bit of a spoiler, because I used Close the Pocket a bit more tactfully and actually encircling the area, not, oh, cut off random all these territories to murder everything. You can see this is now disengaged, and now this is where probably the best Close the Pocket I had in the game. Dead. Bofors in place. Well, that area was engaged. Look at all of that. Dead, 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 dead. Now the only thing left is the Bofors emplacement. Bofors emplacement versus Close the Pocket. Who will win? Clearly Close the Pocket, because it's not exactly an entity on the field. My ally comes in for the, it was a really big waste. But he wanted it dead. I can understand that. Better safe than sorry. But in the end, it was an extremely big waste. As you can see here, that eliminated, what, 3 AT guns plus two mortars of Bofors emplacement. This Soviet player must have almost nothing left. Yeah, he's getting a Katyusha. That's a bad idea, since we have armor. The American player does have armor, and he does eventually get some priests, which is a bad idea, because there's nothing... Then they don't have any armor to counter ours. The only armor they have right now, really, is this Churchill. I'm putting up my Panzer IVs. I really didn't micro my Panzer IVs whatsoever this game, or properly I should say. And then I have my hit squad of 3 stormtroopers. I keep wanting to say 4. Not sure why. Got a teammate, my teammate with the 2 Obasadatsuns. The LMG-34 does have better range. Ouch. Does have better range compared to the... I didn't realize there was smoke here, and then I threw a couple grenades in, so hopefully I can kill them. And my mortars are doing pretty good dividends. And I saw that Sherman, he got a nice shot off. I didn't really retreat just yet, and now I've expressed. I don't really want to take any additional damage from that. And now I send in my Panzer Force. I have only 2 out, my 3rd one's back here because I didn't put in the proper control group yet. And now I make a charge, and once again realizing, oh crap, there's still a lot of AT guns, so he destroyed one of my Panzer Force quite readily. My this Grenadier is out here just capturing it. I should retreat it soon to get remanned and reheal. We got the nice incendiary support once again, unmanning all the AT guns. Nice work. They've really gone off supply. To me, I don't want to pay manpower to get fuel or munitions. Though, in a lot of maps, the munitions and fuels are along the center, so it's very risky. In this map, it's very safe to get the fuel, which people love the vehicles. I'm not exactly a vehicle player. I love my elite infantry. Not elite infantry doctrine. I'm talking about actual strong, powerful infantry. I wonder, it shows an IR scope here, just probably there are 2 laser given regular scope or regular picture, but I wonder if this can also pierce cover. Not sure. Perhaps it does, that's why it seems like they're so effective. We got 2 pack guns moving forward. So one he has not remanned, probably starving of manpower. Now that I know there's some artillery. At first I was thinking it's a British player, but it was not the British player. It was since he had the office, the commando officer glider. So it had to be the American player of Priest. And we're not exactly entrenched in the air. Sure, the Oba Commando player is, but not really. So Priests are not that effective. Sure, he maybe take out my mortars finally. And out in the field, as you probably can imagine, I'm pretty bad at Panzer IVs. I rather prefer getting broom bars. I mean, I OP'd for a lot of munitions. If the Oba Commando player wants more fuel, you can always switch it to do the fuel transfer, and this player loves using his incendiary strafe, and he has Stuka bombing, which really supports him quite well also. So, OPing for munitions was a very good choice by my part. And now we got my Panzer Force charging to try and do some damage to the IS-2. Luckily these AT guns were not set up. My Panzer IV got a nice machine gun burst into this one, as you will see. There we go. This AT gun is trying to pull up. He initiates the tungsten rounds. I'm trying to snipe this IS-2 heavy tank. He is almost dead. There's a Command Panther there giving some additional support. It's still just not dead. Of course, my bad microing. I was assuming that he would go straight towards space, but I didn't realize he went back. A nice shot by the Command Panther to the rear, and now this is when I just try to run away with my Panzer IVs. All the way back to the... I didn't care if I was showing rear armor or not. I was trying to get out there immediately. This... who killed it? Was it this... I think it was the... Oh, really? Best mortar ever. Or... Wasn't my mortar. Whose mortar was it? Oh well. Once again, I went in for an attack with my stormtroopers, but they ran into this AA track once again. So I was like, nope, screw it. I'm not taking additional losses. They're expensive. So I had them retreat immediately. Now this ally went for a munitions drop. I guess he wants to get some more and more Stuka air support, Stuka bombing and incendiary. He made a comment that, oh, if you want some medical supplies, I can drop them in, which is honestly 30 medical supplies. Not that effective, seeing pretty much Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers can both use medical supplies as a Vet 1 ability. Yeah. Wait a second, I'm not clicked on myself. And I neutralized this. I was hoping that he would fall back with his forces over here, thinking close pocket coming in soon, but he did not. Another incendiary bombing run. And also this can neutralize points also, which could be a pretty good synergy, having allies with the Stuka bombing run. And here is pretty much the defense game. They have a lot of defensive weapons such as the AT gun, so it can't rush in with armor. And they have, well, and of course that AA half track is still looming around, I believe. Yes, it is. So my stormtroopers have no effect either. Currently, what's everybody in supplies? This guy still has a lot of manpower. He could get some Vikander Warfers, but he didn't. There's myself with some manpower. I should get another Panzer IV, but I'm just very slow. This guy still has a lot of manpower himself, but he's constantly calling down some supplies, so I can see why he's investing to that, but he's not currently calling it down. Let's see, delivers up to 150 munitions or 50 fuel over 5 drops. That's what the rate is. Which has quite a bit of munitions for him, seeing that's enough for incendiary, almost enough for Stuka. So I might want to try that. And it's the Churchill Crocodile. I should instantly... I tried taking out as many AT guns as possible. I should just retreat. Retreat. Why didn't I retreat instantly? Because this is the death of one of my stormtroopers. And this Grenadier squad. Because look at all that fire. It's more effective than the KV heavy flamethrower tank. Now we got this Panther coming in. It's freaking Vet 3. What does Vet 3 get? Increased weapon range to repair engine-related critical damage on their own after a short time. And now, look, as Churchill, why did that Panther not be firing? You try to go in and kill it, but the Churchill is so fast. Look how fast that thing is. And this guy lost, reverse moved into the fight, which is pretty bad. And I think I might lose a Panther, my Panzer IV here. Nope. This is also when he pulls back his 2 Panthers, which is a good idea. Currently, a lot of these infantry are just sitting here doing nothing. I can see having MGs and placements here and all over the place just to prevent the enemies from moving forward, and heavily focus on his Panthers, since if he's bad in micro, might as well send over tanks to us onto our sides. But currently we have 2 points captured and a vehicle crew. A vehicle crew right here, capturing up the center point. One of my mortars was taken out quite a bit of time ago, but I still have one left. And look at all these AT guns. They're severely lacking in infantry capping power, except for the Soviet player. The Soviet player has a good amount of infantry right now, just not enough vehicles. He could build another vehicle. The American player has a very good amount, has two priests, an AA, and a mortar half-track. So he has a lot of indirect, but nothing is straight up frontal such as the Panthers. The only thing they really have is this Churchill Crocodile. They have one Sherman Firefly, but both of them are really low on health. Nice, Obersoldaten will crush vehicle crews. Wait, how many? Oh, only two? Not even the entire squad get those storm bears. Now, a couple grenades here would be pretty nice. We see infiltration grenade. Nice. Oh ho ho ho. Very, very nice. Oh yeah. This is pretty funny. This storm trooper. My other two went into attack. I had that one on hold fire and kept stay on that point. By the way, this Churchill Crocodile does something strange. Got three Panzer IVs out. Taking out that mortar half-track finally. I see this Sherman side armor bounced. That's why I'm not exactly a fan of the Panzer IV. They've bounced too much for me. And there's a lot of those AT guns. My ally came up and brings in some more incendiary. Nice incendiary bombings throughout this entire game. And look at this. I forgot these guys are here. And look. Haha, I'm going to capture this point. No, you're not. Oh yeah, and here comes another close the pocket, because I had a lot of munitions. A lot of munitions. Nice hit here. We also will do it here. Not exactly sure why he hit out there, because that's out of that zone. Perhaps they also has an area influence around the capture point. They'll target everything. And see, wiping out more and more crew members. And here we see a nice shot from a Panzer IV took out two of the members. And then what's it called? Priests started hitting my stormtroopers in the center. They're bombarding that center area. I think they think there's some stormtroopers nice and stealthily there. My other two stormtroopers just now re-arriving on the battlefield. They went out for attack. They were pushed back. And now we got a good amount of conscripts here, but these Obersoldaten should rip them up quite readily. We might see some bundle grenades. Infiltration grenade instead, because they're pretty cheap, the infiltration grenade. Ouch! Yeah, infiltration grenades, they take a long time to recharge. Well, 2 minutes outside of combat, but they're incredibly cheap. Perhaps he should invest to a booby trap capture points. Got my Panzer IV here, up and forward. Sort of a bad spot. My other Panzer IV is back here. Currently has near a Command Panther somewhere. Wow, that Command Panther range is quite large. He lost some infantry to to the artillery. We got another. Perhaps it was a supply drop. Not sure. Looked like could have been incendiary. Not sure. Perhaps it was a recon flight. Does this guy have? Does this doctrine have recon? Yes, it does. And this is the end of the game. This game, in the beginning, it was very close, but the late game of the Germans tend to win out. Though also the British players' late game can be pretty good. We have a lot of armor. I had the primary infantry force probably. Well, the Oberkommando player, I also had some Obersoldaten, which are pretty good. And these are rear echelon. All of a sudden was ambushed by the units. And now I threw a final what's it called? Close the pocket, which would have done severe damage to this group. But this is Lord.agion saying this. I was going to do my ending capture, but wondering if I should close it off a bit more. What could have they done? This, by the way, the Churchill, that's new Churchill Crocodile, was thrown away, taking out base defenses. As you can see, they're all unmanned. Either way, what could have they done? This Soviet player had pretty much everything he could have done. He did it. Probably could have got T-34-85s instead of Su-76s, but they can be. They both have the pros and cons. The American player, just not enough tank destroyers, really, and severely lacking in infantry right now due to the fact that my ally with all the cinder runs really crushed him. The British player, the Crocodile was good. Didn't really see many commandos or the use of another forward logistics glider, but this thing's just so damn expensive. So is regular commando gliders. The officer is actually not that good. Like, regular commando is a bit better than the officer, I think. But you can always recruit additional commandos from the glider, which he did, but they were crushed by Obersoldaten. One curious, still way too much manpower. He could have bought a king. A king. Yeah, this Oberkommando player could have been a bit better. But my store in the pockets were very good. This guy's incendiaries were very nice. We played both of them. I say we both did very well. I'm not going to say which one's better or who was better, though I would say I did have more infantry kills just because I closed the pocket. This guy didn't really have that many kills, though he did basically suppress the American player from getting any infantry out, which is very nice. Overall, this is a very good replay. This is Lord.agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.